Some learners, especially in large groups, may misinterpret our mistake correction policy and ascribe the fact that I don't correct every single mistake they make to hastiness or lack of interest. This is not the case at all. So this interview makes the perfect opportunity for me to detail the policy that at Personal English all the teachers are trained and requested to implement. Let's start from a basic distinction. There are mistakes and there are errors. A mistake occurs when a student who perfectly knows that the third person singular in English is marked by the presence of a final S says sometimes he leaves correctly then, and sometimes he leave incorrectly. Once I have realized that the student knows it's a mistake and manages to occasionally self-correct, I won't systematically point out every single dropped S, as I know it's just a slip or an occasional inaccuracy. That will fix itself in time and not a persistent error or misuse not rooted in a lack of knowledge, so I purposely avoid correcting mistakes. An error, by contrast, occurs when a learner systematically and unfailingly repeats the same wrong structure or word over and over again. This means that either the learner doesn't know this is wrong, as it is the case with uninformation for many intermediate or advanced students, or that he or she knows it's wrong but keeps on making it out of habit they have a hard time getting rid of. I will fill the gap of knowledge when I see that the student doesn't know that it's wrong, and I will explain why it is. Then I will systematically correct the error if the learner relapses into it so as to help him or her sear the correct form into their memory by drilling. If necessary, I will alternate specific writing and speaking activities geared at using language where that error may occur to help the learner avoid relapsing into it by boosting their memory. I will hardly ever interrupt someone to correct an error. It's against the Personal English policy. Why so? Well, for two reasons. Interrupting learners while speaking undermines their self-confidence and, at the same time, prevents them from fully understanding why it's wrong, processing the correction, and benefiting from it. At Personal English, we do believe that language learning is a trial and error process where learners need to be helped view the mistake as an opportunity to improve, not as a failure. So we deal with mistakes accordingly by giving them the space and the time their correction deserves so as to increase knowledge and develop awareness without impairing the learner's self-confidence.